Stay cool. This is a Thor News presentation. Hit the button, baby. Thor News presents.
And I'm not a Democrat or Republican. I spoke out against Bush during his entire presidency, and I speak out against Obama because our political system is fucked. 100% completely fucked. I'm going to try and make this short and sweet. As you may know, the media has become a ballless propaganda arm for the powers that be. The mainstream media no longer really has journalists. They have people who will bullhorn the party line. And what's scary to me as someone who has no faith in either political party, the Democrats or the Republicans, and by them both playing fucking idiots, they get away with everything. For example, the Democrats, who are still like in George Bush year 6, remember when all the Republicans thought Bush was the greatest president of all time? It took Iraq to fall apart, and then Bush to go on TV going, I need a blank check to save the free markets, before Republicans were like, maybe Bush wasn't that great of a president. And that was only some of the Republicans, man. Well, we're in that stage with Barack Obama, where the Democrats think he's the greatest fucking president of all fucking time. And obviously, they don't understand economics at all. They're like, we have a strong economy. Look, Barack fixed it. And it's like, well, look at the $18.2 trillion debt. I think it was $8 trillion when he took office. That's not a strong economy, buddy. You know, if you think that's a strong economy, let me borrow your credit cards for a couple weeks. You don't think debt matters. So the Democrats are like, Barack supports it, I support it too. And then the Republicans are like, well, if it's good for corporations, it's got to be good. Technically, in this bullshit fight, the Republicans are opposing it, but it's going to have enough votes to pass. And then you got your mainstream media douchebags. Sorry, Tony Bradley, I'm sure you're an okay guy. But I took a glance at this article, man, and god dang, fuck, man, you know? Okay, I open an open letter explaining why I support the FCC net neutrality rules. What are they? I don't know, you don't know, because they won't even let us read the fucking bill. Back in the day, when they were passing quantitative easing, they came out with some one-page piece of paper that said the Federal Reserve can print as much money as they want, nobody can ever audit it. And that got rejected. So they came back and passed a 182-page bill. I read the whole thing. That's how strongly I was against it. I read the whole thing and it blew my mind at how infested with malfeasance it was. And well, I guess they learned their lesson because this FCC net neutrality rules, which will probably open the internet for taxing and all types of government fuckery, they aren't even releasing the 303-page bill. So you are writing an open letter explaining why you support something that you don't even know what it is. I can't read the bill. You can't read the bill. Only the politicians who are going to be voting on it can. And odds are most of them won't read it either. They'll just read their donation paycheck from Comcast or Time Warner Cable, who, as John Oliver did an amazing show about, I highly recommend you watch his net neutrality statement. It was brilliant. And so you have no idea, man. So let me get to the assery in your letter. Obamacare, ObamaNet. Yeah, like the internet was broken. We need to fix it. I don't know specifically what is in the rules the FCC is voting on tomorrow, but you support it even though you have absolutely no idea what it is. Do you know how asinine that is? You support it though you have no idea what it is. I will agree that it is frustrating that the rules were not made public. I don't really understand the reasoning behind that. Really? I do. So, you admit you don't even know what the rules are, but you support them. You know? Like, okay. And you even say here, as for the length of the bill, that's a red herring. How do you know? Your Occam's razor, which TB uses against people all the time, assumption would be that they're just annotating the existing rules and not rewriting them from scratch. But hey, guess what? Like you mentioned, the rules were not made public. So you're calling something a red herring and you have no idea what you're talking about. Here on Forbes magazine, you're supporting something you have no fucking idea what it is. It's kind of like a big gold box. And you're like, hey people, I totally support whatever is in the gold box, but I have no idea what it is. Because I like the name net neutrality. I like the idea behind having a neutral net. Like George W. Bush's Save the Forest, where he cut all the fucking trees down. You know what I'm saying? Best way not to have forests burn is to cut all the trees down. So I'm pretty sure the net neutrality thing is going to pass. And all you Obama bots, you just go along with it. You don't even understand. And I'm not a Democrat or Republican. I spoke out against Bush during his entire presidency, and I speak out against Obama because our political system is fucked. 100% completely fucked. So this is discouraging because the only people I know who are really behind this thing, behind paid pens like this guy, is Time Warner Cable, the worst company I know. Like, I got Time Warner Cable when I moved. They charged me for 3 boxes and wireless when I was just going to use a Ethernet cable, and I only got 1 box. And they've overcharged me like 3 times in 5 months. Or I have to call and be like, you put a phantom charge on here for something I didn't use. Can you please take it off? So I pretty much have to call them and ask them to remove the bullshit charge they put on my fucking bill once every month. If I don't catch it, it's like free money to them. Who's going to sue Time Warner Cable? Nobody, because they've got the evil Illuminati eye that's watching everything. So what I'm telling you is this bill is basically allowing media to consolidate itself. And we can't stop it. I know there's something like the FCC opened it up for public comment. What good does that do? You know, like, you could say all the protests for Ferguson were public comment against our government. Did they change? No. Public comment's not going to change anything. So this is just sad, people. It just makes me sad so many people are blind and asleep. This thing's going to pass, and it's going to be bad. The next president of the United States, because she was in the Bank of America mural, Hillary Clinton, she said she thinks it's great. It's going to be a foothold for government. Oh, man. We're from the government. We're here to help. Remember how they fixed Wall Street? Well, if you do, you live in Fantasyland. Anyway, God bless everybody. Crazy days indeed.